Welcome back to the Dragon Ball Super Review. Now we're talking about Piccolo here. Among the 10 fighters from the 7th universe, well, he's the easiest to get into the Tournament of Power. There's no special situation, no requirements, and he even happily restores Gohan's power. Piccolo ends up being one of the calmest characters in the Dragon Ball franchise. No wonder he can last longer in the tournament than the others. Oh, but speaking of which, finally the time for the ring out has come. So next, I'll review his final fights in the Tournament of Power, guys. Stay in DB Info.
You won't find a tournament with stakes higher than that.
Before that, let's take a look at the Tournament of Power situation in this episode, 118. Piccolo himself was tested by the presence of 2 Namekians from the 6th universe, and what they gave him shook his heart. Yes, as a fellow Namekian, he knows how powerful it is when one of them has assimilated with many others. But luckily, by Piccolo's side, there will always be a Saiyan to accompany him. Well, at least the hybrid version, that's okay. And finally, together, their duet managed to win the fight. And after Universe 6 lost all their fighters, yeah guys, they were erased. Now the challenge comes from Universe 4. This is a faction with a ton of fighters with unique abilities. So now, let's welcome him. Gamisaras, an invisible fighter who just finished putting Catopesra in the ring. Even Vegeta almost suffered the same fate. This Gamisaras doesn't have a disguise technique or anything like that, but his body is truly invincible. A truly troublesome threat, guys. Besides Vegeta, even Gohan almost put himself out.
Good guess, Wrinkles.
You actually have an invisible man?
And now, Gamisaras from Universe 4 is targeting Android 18. The situation is getting out of hand, so Piccolo immediately takes control. The only surefire way to defeat someone invisible is to use explosion. Hell yeah, beat him. But unfortunately, Gamisaras himself manages to escape by exploiting the gap in time while Piccolo prepares his attack. So, the threat of the invisible fighter will basically continue. All the representatives from Universe 7 are now confused. Even the opponent's energy can't be sensed or detected, making them all have to rack their brains to find a solution.
Damn, he managed to escape.
Luckily, Universe 7 still has fighters who can think brilliantly. Master Roshi suggested a way to douse Gamisaras with nose blood like he did before. No Boma, well, Gohan or Piccolo would do that either. But nevertheless, Gohan has also found a way to detect Gamisaras' presence. At least Master Roshi's words have given him another idea. If there's no blood, well, what about dust? This is what is used to make the opponent's body visible. He seems to be shooting blindly, but that's just a way to make the dust stick. And then, after that happens, oh yes, it's easy. Piccolo just comes and eliminates the fighter. Yes, even though he's invisible, it turns out Gamisaras isn't the type with great strength, guys.
You see that, Kitella? Your dirty tricks won't work.
Alright, now Gamisaras rings out. Quitella is already feeling a bit worried because there are only 2 fighters left from the 4th universe. Man, their elimination is getting closer and closer. But calm down. Now it's time for some illusions. Illusion, huh? Illusion again. Well, we've already seen one of them rely on this and then get a ring out from Master Roshi. So will this idea, which still has similarities, make a difference?
Brace yourselves.
Then, let's see what Xiangza can do. Okay, first of all, he makes the illusion he created visible by enclosing all the fighters in one giant barrier. Then he uses the negative emotions and apparitions of the fighters who were previously erased. This is an attempt that mixes a bit of horror elements. But unlike what Der Kori did, it turns out Xiangza's illusion is not just an apparition. All the things that appear are untouchable, but they can touch them. This is scary. The enemy can fight, but cannot be fought back. Finally, Gohan and Piccolo have a more difficult challenge. Xiang Zamao can threaten Gohan and Piccolo with illusions that can touch and counter them. But don't worry. After all, the two fighters can analyze the situation well. What if the trick is like this? Yup, the illusion is just a picture that appears, but it also disguises the presence of the other fighters, so it looks like they're being attacked by ghosts, when in fact, they're not. Well, Piccolo is smart.
And the other is circling around. You're right.
So of course, the next step is to first stop the illusioner first. Turns out this isn't that difficult at all, because Gohan can easily find him. Found you. Next? Goodbye. Xiang Za finally rings out after being beaten by Piccolo. Piccolo performed quite well, guys. He successfully became the executioner to eliminate several fighters while continuing to work with Gohan. And the next challenge? Man, he can't be seen. Is it another invisible person? You can't see me? But this opponent doesn't feel that threatening to Piccolo. Why? Because unlike before, this invisible fighter doesn't suppress his energy. So no need for eyes, right? Yes, no need. Even though after that, his attacks continuously failed.
I felt nothing when I struck.
So, that's the end of Piccolo's action in the Tournament of Power. Initially, he thought the enemy he was facing was simpler than before, so he just attacked alone without thinking with Gohan. That was his mistake. The enemy attacking Piccolo wasn't invisible, but too small to see. He misjudged and ended up getting knocked out of the ring. What an unpleasant elimination. Losing due to miscalculation and shock, while his body was still fresh and fit.
I was too focused on his energy to use my other senses.
But never mind, it is what it is. The problem with Damon, the insect fighter from the 4th universe, ultimately had to be handed over to another fighter. But that's a problem for later, in the next review, guys. For now, let's cheer on Gohan, who has to be alone. See ya!
But I couldn't hit him.
And why not?